going?
Like I didn't just do this.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. We are live at 1:02. Close enough, right? So, be sure when you pop on to say hello so we can get started, and I'll introduce you to our special guest. It should be showing up now.
Oh, I see it now. I didn't, but I see it now.
You see it now? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Okay, there we go. We got some eyeballs. So let me move this so I can see what everybody's saying. Hey, Lisa. Cathy, can you see the comments?
Let me hit that button we were talking about.
See if it'll show you.
I can. I just have to, I'll have to go in and out maybe and look because it gets rid of my screen. Like I can't see you.
Okay. Well, today we have a very special guest. And tell us down in the comments if you have already met our sweet friend Cathy from Digital Deco Designs. Some of you may be new to her. We're kind of new to her. I've been following her for a little bit, but we've been communicating more and getting to know each other. So kind of old, kind of new. So just tell us in the comments if you are familiar with her. If you have not followed her page, you're going to want to do that because you're going to love her when we're done here. So Cathy, you want to kick it off? Tell us a little bit about yourself, whatever details you want to share.
Yeah, I was going to share our love for cheese and pepperoni.
Yeah.
That was when we really,
That's when we clicked. That's when we clicked. That's when the magic started happening.
Yeah, the magic. Who knew the things that bring people together? But yes, that aside, I am Cathy from Digital Deco Designs, and I make decoupage papers. So I make, I guess you could say, scrapbook paper, crafting paper, if you're not familiar with decoupage, but decorative paper that you can do your arts and crafts with and your projects and your DIYs, even card making. People get really creative, but decorative paper for crafts. And I offer them as downloads so people can download and print them at home for themselves. And then I also print them myself and ship them off to people who don't have a printer or who just would prefer the physical print. So I've been going at it for a little while now, and I'm really building up a good collection, and people are just really enjoying them. I'm making different styles and all different kinds of papers kind of for all the different crafting types and personalities I think out there. Yeah, and I'm just trying to add new things. I've added a couple new things lately, which we can kind of talk about later if you want. Okay. But I just keep kind of getting myself out there in the community and growing, and people are loving them.
Yeah. Well, I know the designs are just fantastic, and the colors, and we ordered some of the prints because I wanted to see what you were sending, because I knew what you were sending was the ideal situation, and that's what we want to be able to use ourselves, is the ideal situation. Yep. And then of course we don't bring on and talk with anybody and share it with our community without trying it first.
Right.
So we love them, and all the good. There's just the only problem that we found is that we have to have them all.
I know. Right.
Not a problem for you.
I'm sorry about that.
But no, do you have
because you gotta get them all.
Right. It's just necessary.
Some people will do that too. I mean, all my affiliates, they usually get samples too, or I buy some, or I send some or something, so that they can, if you're giving something to your community, or, you want to make sure it's a good product. So the feedback has been great. And then I'll get people that will order themselves a download, and then they'll also order a print from me, or a couple, and they'll kind of compare their printing, how their printing is at home compared to what they get from me. And then they'll kind of decide after that if they want to do downloads or prints. So a little bit of both.
So you do the printables. You can just buy the digital copy, and then is there a limit when they buy the digital copy of how many that they can get?
Nope. So you can buy them like a la carte, so with just one download, but that's like your download to keep forever. Okay. And so you just download it to your computer. There's not a maximum printing option or anything like that. It's just yours. So there's a lot of value in a download because you don't ever have to order it again.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so downloading can be intimidating to some people. I try to help. I get lots of messages and I try to walk people through it. And I'm going to work on some tutorials and things soon for people to be able to like kind of watch the process who aren't familiar. But it's not that bad, but it can be intimidating. But then for people who don't have a printer or even a computer, I do the prints. So that's really nice because you just order and you just wait, and then you get your happy mail in the mail, and that's really fun. So there's pros to both. I started as only downloads, so that was my business, was just to download. But so many people, it's so funny because, you know, in some little niches of crafting, maybe that's what everybody does, you know, like people who do sublimation, all they really purchase is kind of like digital downloads. Right. But us kind of crafters, it's more about the physical paper and ordering that. So I had started as downloads, but so many people didn't have like familiarity with it or access, like the ability to. And people keep mentioning, oh, if you had prints or if you could do prints. And a couple crafters said you should do prints. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try doing prints. And so I got it all figured out and I started doing the prints, and it just opened up my papers to so many more people because now they could just order it and get it. And then a lot of people then kind of started doing downloads as they got kind of familiar, and they too were ordering a lot of papers. And so they're like, I think I'm going to try that download thing. I'm like, try it. That's good. It's good to try new things, and I'll walk you through it. And if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Well, and also the colors are so vibrant. Yeah. There's so many colors in some of them, and they're so vibrant, which is like my happy place. I love all the bright colors. Yeah. But so some people don't want to use their ink.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of ink, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what I wanted to show them right quick, and then we can keep talking. If you have any questions, put them down below. We are talking with Cathy at Digital Deco Designs, and she's talking to us about her amazing papers and digital printables that you can print yourself, or you can buy the papers. And Heart's Desire is now carrying those. They're listed on our website. It's already live. But what we're doing today, we have a special limited edition goodie for y'all. And this is just something that's being offered to the Heart's Desire community. This is something that we put together for you, and it's a sample pack. So in the sample pack, it's going to have 2 to 3 small wooden shapes, and then it's about a 3x4 square, which that's not really a square, but give me some grace. It's a 3x4 sample of a different color or print, and it comes in the little baggie, and it has the little wood shapes. There may be a flower in there, or an oval or a circle, but it's 2 to 3 in each one, depending on the size of the shapes. These are only $5 to get that sample. That is like a really good deal, y'all. There's only 14 available of these. So this is limited edition. This is not something that's going to always be offered at this price. So this is just for y'all to get your little toes wet. in the washy waters.
Yes. The
So,
Digital Deco Design pool.
yes, yes. So that's something that maybe you can talk about is the paper. What we are carrying is the Japanese washi paper.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? We're only carrying one kind right now. We may add some later depending on what requests we get, but
yeah. Well, because I was kind of in the transition of the papers too. So now I'm set. So we can see about the Chinese paper too then about that, because that's really nice. But I was doing two papers, the Japanese washi you guys have. And I mean, I can show it to you guys, but it's really hard on camera to pick up any of the differences. But the Japanese washi is, so rice paper is most common for decoupage, but it doesn't have to be. I know a lot of people ask me, but it is most common because other than a napkin, which we know a lot of people use napkins, it's kind of the next closest thing. It's very like pliable, soft, doesn't wrinkle a lot. It doesn't wrinkle like napkins really. It doesn't tear. Napkins can tear. Rice paper doesn't really do that. And so I've got the two kinds, and there's like a small price difference. The Japanese washi is the cheaper priced one, but is very nice. I mean, people just love it. And I think it's, if you're used to it, I think maybe sometimes once you try, like when I had the mulberry, once you try something maybe a little different, you're like, oh, I can't go back. But people just love this. So the Japanese washi has a smooth side. It's got a little bit of translucency to it. So it's not stark white, but it's still a nice white, not an off-white. I've had rice papers that are off-white and they're just tricky. And it's very light, and then it's got kind of a rougher side. I always print on the smooth side. And people love this. It prints really good. This is printable and goes right through the printer. So I sell this on my website too. But a lot of rice paper sometimes is too light or thin, and you have to attach it to a feeder sheet to send it through your printer if you're printing them at home. And I mean, I definitely can't be doing that for shipping prints. So I've got printable, and it goes through really nice. And then I
have a question. Can you print on both sides?
You can. It's depending on if you're an inkjet or a laser. You might want to pick a different side. You can experiment, but rice paper is so crazy too, because it has all these different like water absorbencies, some of it. But the rough side with an inkjet could like kind of bleed a little bit. So the ink could kind of, like if you were to drop water on a certain kind of fabric or something, it might like kind of trickle off or something, or like just start to like bleed. So it could happen on the rougher side just because it's got that texture to it, but it might not, depending on your inkjet printer. Laser printer, it doesn't matter what side you print on, but I always do the smooth side because it just kind of pops more, like the colors just kind of come out, and it's just like a little more like defined looking. But the other side is almost just like a napkin. So, it would look probably just like it would on a napkin. And then the Chinese rice paper is very similar to that Japanese washi. It's just a little bit nicer. It's a little bit higher quality. I was using it. I replaced a mulberry that I had that had lots of fibers, and I had some printing issues with it. This goes through the printer really nice. You won't be able to see much, but it's still nice and translucent. It's a nice white. It's very soft. It's almost kind of like velvety. It just worked. I've decoupaged with it a couple times. I've sent it through the printer a lot, and it prints great, and it's really soft, and it works really good. So they're both really, really good papers. And I mean, I couldn't really say. Some people might have a preference, but if you don't really want a shiny kind of smooth side, then the Chinese is great.
Okay. And those are just the same size as a regular copy paper, right?
It's a little different. It's A4, which is a little skinnier and a little bit longer than traditional copy paper.
Well, hello, Angela. It's her first time watching. We're both very happy to meet you.
Oh, hi, Angela.
So you get a special treat today. I'm Lisa with Heart's Desire. I don't think I even introduced myself. And this is Cathy.
It's all about me today.
Yeah, it's all about Cathy with Digital Deco Designs today. Hey, Joyce and Tony, y'all just, if you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. We will answer any questions that y'all might have. All right. So you have some goodies that you released today. You want to share some of that? For those that weren't on your
yes.
live, if you must, you must.
Yes, right. Yes. So once a month, I do a design drop. And so I guess it's pretty much, it's usually the first week of the month. I stopped saying the first day of the month because so it's the first week usually. And so I just did mine today. It was the first time I did it live, and but I always put up a post and send out an email. But I'll show the designs I dropped. I had some kind of like requests from people, and then I have a couple like previous designs that I've been building, kind of slowly trying to build collections off of and add to. And so that people who might have kind of a go-to style have kind of several choices. But I've got just kind of everything on there. I keep learning new things and trying new styles. But this was my sweet little, I can't get the camera right, honeybee.
I'm going to make your picture bigger.
Okay.
Maybe. Let's try this again.
Oh, I'm really small.
It's not letting me do it, so we're just going to go back to the original plan.
Okay. I stopped
maybe because I don't know why. Maybe I don't know why.
Just me. Technology.
You'll see it. It looks really good.
Yeah, and they can go and look online to see up close because it's hard on camera anyway. But I really do put a lot of details and a lot of the pictures, which is actually, I'm trying to kind of start doing the opposite and try to maybe just simplify some things. But this is Honeybee. And she's got some honeycombs, and she's just the sweetest little thing. And she's got a partner in crime.
It's so cute.
I know, right? And this is Sweet Pea.
So precious.
So she's matching in a little teapot. And she's got a lot of similar elements, but different, so that they kind of coordinate but aren't the same. And she's got some butterflies. And then I do the full-size prints, and I've been adding in smaller prints that are 5x7s, and that can be little combos like that go or match together. So these are Sweet Pea and Honeybee combos. So they're good to do for smaller projects, like little mason jars or vases and coasters. I had done some coasters, and I got 4 coasters, or you can get, I only did 2, but you can get 4 coasters, like regular size ones, out of the 2. And they're just good for some smaller things. I had one I put around, actually one like this that I've done on like a glass candle like that, and it's the perfect size.
Oh yeah. That's a great idea.
I know. Yeah. So, and that's kind of the good thing with the downloads, is you can print a couple of those and use them for different things and try it out, you know. But the combo minis are really fun. Yeah, just because they're small and they're cute. I mean, you can't go wrong.
So Rosie's asking us a question. She wants to know, what are these for? Rosie, these things, the possibilities are endless with these. You can do scrapbooking with it. You can do the most common thing, probably, would you say, Cathy, is decoupage?
Right, would be decoupage,
Okay.
which I can show a couple sample projects. But you could use them for, yeah, scrapbooking, junk journals. A lot of people make the junk journals, card making. That's really kind of but I'm trying to think of other paper crafts, and then decoupage, which I can show her. So I had done a Blake candle like this, but you get the Mod Podge on, and you get your print on, and then you seal it with like another finish, and so you would have a decorative candle. And so you can do that with so many things, plates, coasters. So I had
Anything that you can decoupage a napkin or a tissue paper on, you can use this paper for.
Right. It's just rice paper. So this was the candle. I had printed it on something different. It's not paper. I printed it on, I used to download, and I printed it on a clear adhesive paper.
Oh, okay.
Put it around the candle, but that's exactly what you do with the paper.
Do you have any sample projects with the paper? Someone is asking to see some sample projects. Hey,
Right.
Crystal with Ranch Roots. I see you up there. She's going to grab us a couple things to show us.
Yep. So I actually just did this table this weekend, and this was just a blank wood stool, little riser from Target. And I took one of my papers and decoupaged it on the top, used Mod Podge and put it on the top.
That's gorgeous.
Yes, that's called Strawberry Cream. Then I took the paper and I wrapped it and sealed it with legs and used the aqua checks. So that's paper too. Yep. So rice paper on the legs and rice paper on the top. And
Very
it's,
nice.
a completely different piece. I painted it white first, because otherwise you won't really see the images very well. It's good to have a nice white surface underneath.
That was just a little small table from Target, right?
Yep.
From the Target dollar spot?
Yep.
Yeah.
$3. Yep.
So what do you seal it with?
This was Mod Podge. And so that's really kind of one of the most common. There's a couple other kinds of seal. What are some of the names?
You can just use really any water-based sealer, right? Like polyacrylic or polyurethane.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Really anything. There's another one that's really popular. It starts with a G? Is it gesso maybe?
Gesso. Yep.
Yes. But anything water-based like that that's going to dry clear and seal it.
Yeah, if you use gesso, you would just want to make sure that if y'all get that, make sure that you're getting one that's a clear gesso, because they do have colored gessos. So you don't want to use a gesso to seal it and hide your project.
Yeah, that would be not the end goal, but it might end up looking cool.
Yeah.
These are the coasters I did. And so, simples are coasters are such a nice, simple craft. But I used two of my papers for this as well. So this was Bunny Dreams.
Yeah.
Yep. And just glued it on, sanded off the sides. So it tears right off. Rice paper tears really nice. Did that on one. And then I did a coordinating little blue checks on the other one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So you said you glued it on with Mod Podge though, right?
Yeah, I put Mod Podge underneath too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are ceramic tiles, correct?
These are stone tiles, but it's basically like ceramic. These were from Walmart, and they had an end cap that had stone tiles. But you could use ceramic, wood. You could do them all. I
vote wood.
I know.
I vote wood. If you need a special shape, we got you.
Yes.
That's why we're offering this now on our website, because we've been working and looking at different products that we could add to our lineup so that everybody could, when they get their cutouts from us, then they can also get their decoupage papers. They could get their ribbon, their bows, the transfers, all the things that we're offering. So that's what we wanted to have, quality things to offer.
Right.
And then they can just get it all in one spot.
It is. It's the perfect little kind of like kit and combo is, you know, some wood blanks and some paper. And I mean, you can just use that for anything. You can add it to so many projects, but it's also the perfect way to start even too, or just to kind of practice and get used to it if you're not familiar. But the wood blanks are perfect.
Yeah. And just like with paint, if you don't like the way that it turned out, you can sand it off.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can sand it off. So,
yep. Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Karen. She's going off to work.
Aww.
So I keep calling it Japanese washi paper, and you're saying rice paper. So is that both essentially the same thing?
Yeah, it's just another kind of rice paper. Yep, different countries and have different origins, and they have different maybe types of trees, or bushes, or things that it's kind of been made from. So it's all kind of classified as rice paper, the umbrella. And then there's like washi, mulberry. There's a lot of big fancy ones. There's one that starts with a U. There's tons of it. But I mean, it's easier to kind of just call it maybe, you know, by like Chinese, Japanese, Italian. The mulberry paper is different, and I'm not using that anymore. But it's all kind of classified as rice paper. And it's, you know, it's just different fibers from different plants and things from that country.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I see somebody posted earlier, you can get those candles at Dollar Tree. So that's like a bonus.
Yes. I think that might be where I don't know if those ones came from Dollar Tree, but they still weren't much. But I think you can get those there too. And some of them already have the design on them, but you might be able to, I don't know if the designs are stickers when you buy them like that, or if they're
not sure.
But you can probably still even, you know, craft something up with them.
Paint over it,
right?
And then do your Mod Podge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So is there other? I know there's like some papers that you can use other mediums instead of Mod Podge to attach the paper to. Can you do that with this? Or last night on our live, I played with fire.
Oh yeah, did you? You did the burning?
So our thing is, we don't practice things before we go live. We do that live. So if you didn't watch that last night and you need a good belly laugh, you probably want to like watch that, even if you skip to the part where I light the thing on fire. But so with the burn, you know what I'm talking about, where you Mod Podge or you glue your paper down or Mod Podge it down is what I did, because I forgot I was supposed to glue it down with that dry rub glue. But we went for it and it worked.
Yes, and it worked. So now we know.
Can you do that method with this paper? I know you can't. It don't work good with like cardstock paper, but
right, like cardstock. You know, that would be kind of a different kind of craft. To use something so thick like that. But for decoupage, there's the iron-on method. There's people will take saran wrap sometimes and use that.
That didn't work for me.
It did or it didn't?
No.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of hard. But and there's some other tools for smoothing. There's some cool things you can do with it. The burn method, which I don't know if you were exactly trying to do, but where you burn it and it
that's what I did.
The sides so that you don't have to like cut it or tear it off. Oh my gosh!
So this was tissue paper.
Is that leopard print?
Yep.
It is. I've got leopard print for you now.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be getting that one. So if we did this with the rice paper, can we do the burn method with the rice paper?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because I'm liking on the burn method now.
Yeah. Yep. The burn method works good. The water pens work good.
Yeah.
I've tried them with both the washi and the Chinese
So that
rice
works for
paper.
that too. Okay.
Yep, teared really good. I mean, I'm not the best at the water pen anyway, but it still works really good. It sanded really nice. Both papers sand off when you want to use the block to rip off the sides. So, I mean, the paper, and a lot of people love the paper more than napkins even, because you have less wrinkles and it's just really workable. You can move it around and you just get a nice finish from it. So
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Does anybody have any more questions for her? We don't want to keep her all day. We could just sit and chat all day, of course.
I know.
Hey, Tamara, she's just joining. So, did y'all tell us down there? Are y'all familiar with Cathy and her papers? Or is she new to you? Lisa's one of our followers, and she said, "Did Jonathan say you could do that by yourself?"
Oh, I just saw. Okay, I pulled it up on my laptop. Did you get approval?
Some things I'm not allowed to do unsupervised.
I don't want to be a part of that. So just,
he doesn't want the phone calls like, "Don't panic." Sometimes we have those calls and he says, "Don't start a conversation that way."
Yeah.
So what's the difference between the two rice papers? One is a better, I guess, they're both really good quality, but what's the main difference between the two?
Between the two that I have, there was a bigger difference between the mulberry. These two are very similar, I would say, except a quality, but I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just a little bit, the Chinese is a little bit higher quality, and that's why it's priced a little bit more. It's just a little bit softer, a little bit lighter, and a little bit thinner. The Japanese has just a little bit more weight to it. It has that smooth, shiny side, which isn't for everybody, but I mean, people love it. Everyone's using it. And that's the most popular one because it's just so easy to work with. And so I just wanted a little bit of another option that was a little bit of a step up. And so that's kind of where the Chinese rice paper comes in. It's just lighter, a little bit thinner, and a little bit softer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you could do the same thing with it, Tamara, that you do with napkins or tissue paper or any of the things. And Tamara does a lot of really super cute crafts as well. She's very talented. So if she hasn't already used your paper, she's going to be hooked as well.
Oh, that's exciting. People usually get very hooked. If people haven't used it, or even people that are very familiar with it, they always say, like, love, love, love working with rice paper. Like, I'm hooked now. So it's really a good thing to try, especially if you do a lot of crafting.
So we have, I think, about 25 different designs available that have been they're like actually printed. They're not digital on our website. And we, for just until, as long as these last, we have 14. It's a limited edition sample packs that comes with 2 to 3 wood cutouts, wood shapes, like a flower, oval, circle, and a 3x4 a sample piece of whatever color. It's just a random kind of like a grab bag pick, and those are just $5 and they weigh like 2 ounces, so you'll be able to ship them first class. Shipping's not going to be a lot on those. And so those are available. Now, if you want to do the digital or you want some of the prints that we do not have available, we're also signed up as an affiliate that you can shop on her site. Now, is that a link that I need to share with them, or is it just a code?
You will want to share your link. So
And then that'll be automatic.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, yes. There is, I'll send you. I have a code for you guys, and I can't. I think I might have sent it to you, but I'll give it to you right after this, so you can give them, but so they can get a freebie. So
Okay.
they can get a free download, or they can get a free print and try out if they want, or they can just add it onto their order. So if they want something that you don't have, then they can use that, and then kind of try it out and go from there. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right. I do not have the leopard paper. Did you show the leopard one?
No. Do you want me to show it?
Yeah, you can show that one. The leopard paper I used was just tissue paper, but she has one that was just released today. And after we get off of here, I will post that link for y'all to be able to shop and grab these new ones if you want to. But look how fantastic that is.
This is called Ivory Rose Safari. And so it's like rose gold colors. I cannot get the camera right. I don't know. It's like the opposite of what a direction I'm doing.
I know.
And some florals, and we've got some leopards and some cheetahs in there. Oh, there's my finger, and one on the other side, and just a lot of gold.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So how many heartbeats do we have on here? We have our monthly membership. It's Heartbeat with Heart's Desire. How many heartbeats do we have on here? Show us some hearts for the heartbeats. See what we got. See what kind of representation we got today.
Yeah.
Heartbeats are really good about showing up with full-blown support. So there's one. Joyce with all her hearts.
Oh, if I see Joyce. Okay.
Tamara is a heartbeat too. She might have had to step away. Who else is on here? I don't think I missed anybody. And this is like an unusual time for us to be live too. So a lot of them aren't used to being on here. But for those that are heartbeats, you are going to get a sample pack in your box. So shh, it's a secret. You only know that because you're on here now. But for our heartbeat members, everybody got a sample pack. So you can still buy an extra one, and we'll put it in there. You won't have to pay shipping, but everyone got one, so you can try it. So we can introduce you to this new product. So yeah, see, yay!
I'm so excited.
So that's another perk, y'all, for being in the Heartbeat with Heart's Desire membership. You not only get 2 projects delivered to your door every month, but you get surprises and extra goodies.
Yeah.
So, all right. I don't think I see any more questions. I don't think we missed anybody. If we did, we will go back and make sure that we answer those. And when I get off of here, I'll post the link for y'all to be able to shop. Or if you see the designs you want that's on our site, grab that. And of course, the sample packs are listed as well. So, do you have any parting words of wisdom?
Oh my goodness. Just give it a try. You know, I'm so familiar with it now, and I've been doing this for, well, it hasn't even quite been a year yet, but I forget that there are still people out there like me that didn't know that much about decoupage. And now I just feel like it's kind of like when you see a certain kind of car and then you start to see it everywhere. Yeah. And so now I'm just so kind of involved in it and working with crafters that use it so much, I forget about the people that really maybe don't know much about it or don't use it much. So if you're new to it, just give it a try because it's amazing. I fell in love with it, and that's why I started this, was because of the beautiful prints and the designs, and just you can do so much with decoupage, and I just wanted to be a part of offering that to people. I mean, you can just make so many things, and it doesn't take much to make simple project, very pretty. Designer prints at your fingertips because it's just so easy, and you just you don't have to have all the skills if you don't know everything yet, and all the waxes and all the sheens and all the, you know, fancy stuff. If you don't have it, it's just a few simple supplies. This stool, I did not do very much. I'm not a very fancy or super experienced crafter, and this just took a couple things, and it was really simple. And it's just beautiful. It looks great on my shelf and people love it. So you don't need much. And so just give it a try if you're new, and ask some questions and do a little research. And, you know, everyone just seems to love it once they give it a try. So.
Yeah, I mean, and it's amazing how you can transform anything.
Anything. You can transform anything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anything. That's why I just fell in love. I was like, you can do anything with this.
Mm-hmm.
I was used to decoupage when I was, I say as a kid, you know, I don't know if other kids, but they would have you cut up tissue paper squares and glue it on like a jar and give it to mom and dad. And when I worked with like kids and senior citizens, we would do kind of the same similar thing. I had no idea what existed in the crafting world with decoupage. I found out. I was like, you can transform anything. And
yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
And I love the smell of Mod Podge. So the Mod Podge are great papers that takes you to a happy place, right? I mean, who don't want to remember when they were in kindergarten and didn't have bills? You know, somebody brought you Kool-Aid and cookies, and you sit there with your Mod Podge.
Oh my
Life
God.
was good. Life was good. Life's still good, but life was really good then. Nobody brings me cherry Kool-Aid and cookies anymore.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny.
All right.
Wow.
So y'all have a great day. Thank you for helping me welcome Cathy. And for those watching on the replay, go ahead and put your questions down in the comments as well, and we'll be sure to come back and answer those. And if you haven't already, please follow her page. And we will talk to y'all later.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you for being here, for coming and helping us introduce this.
Yes, I'm excited.